this time it's going to be all good. No more lag? Oh dear. Yeah, the Ryconception should hopefully be over now. I'd like to know if it is. I'm just going to hold here for a moment. Still out of sync? Better. Better? Okay. Okay, we'll call it better for now, shall we? Alright, okay. Fantastic. Great. Good to know. Good to know. Alright. Yeah, okay. Dealable is, that'll do us for now. That'll do us for now. Okay, so we're here. This is the third town hall. As I was trying to say earlier, this is essentially how I wanted to do this in the first place. Make it more of a conversation between me and yourselves, rather than just me talking to the camera and just answering questions. Now, I do have the questions from the second town hall, so I will be answering some of those today, but we're going to do a lot of the ones that are actually coming up in the comment section. So, whenever you're ready. Oh dear. So it seems for some people it's quite out of sync, and for others not so much. Oh dear. So, if people want to start firing their questions out there, I'll do my best to go ahead and start answering. From Walter Nickmer, Leon versus Elliot, who would win? Well, it's a tough decision. I'd like to think that Elliot would win at range, but I don't know if he would. He's not quite strong enough yet. He's not quite there. Whereas with Leon, well, Leon's a beast, an absolute beast. So, yeah. I think Leon would take it. Where did I get the name Rycon from? I just like burritos. Well, the name Rycon actually came from Battlestar Galactica, and I can't remember if I actually answered this in the last town hall, or if I answered it this time round and lost it because of microphone errors. But yeah, essentially it came from Battlestar Galactica. There's a ship in Battlestar that's named the Rycon, and it's... well, it wasn't really featured in the show very much, but yeah... there you go. That's its kind of origins. I picked it up a long time ago because I'm a really big fan of Battlestar, and yeah, it's stuck ever since. Really, it's stuck ever since. Have I ever considered playing Mountain Blade from Mole TM? I play a ton of Mountain Blade. Actually, on my Steam, I'm pretty sure that it is the #1 in terms of hours played. And obviously I've played a lot of it outside of YouTube, and I haven't played it in years. But yeah, it's definitely one of my top, most favorite games, because just in terms of like being a role-playing game, but then also being a really good strategy game at the same time, I have to admit, I really do enjoy it. I'd like to do a roleplay in it one day, but that's probably still a little ways off. I'm probably going to hold off until Bannerlord launches, which is the second Mountain Blade, and yeah, it's really looking good so far. Will we be playing Dishonored 2? Well, we need to do the Dishonored 1 roleplay first, which is definitely still on the cards, but yeah, it still needs a little bit of work before I get it off, and it's more of a timing thing than anything. The schedule is pretty full on at the moment. The other half asks, what gender is Leon's child? Leon's child is female, and in the next episode, which is going to be coming out tomorrow, I believe, yes, that's correct, tomorrow, he will be talking a little bit more about his family and about his origins as well. So stay tuned for that one. Top 6 future games to roleplay. Dishonored, definitely. Dishonored is definitely on the list. Star Citizen. I can't wait to get my hands on Star Citizen once Squadron 42 launches. I'd start doing a roleplay with that and then take it into the greater universe. And then No Man's Sky, which I will be talking a little bit about that today as well. There is some news in terms of No Man's Sky that's going to be coming along. So that's what? That's 3? What would another 2 future games to be? I really want to do Dark Souls. Like, really, really, really want to do Dark Souls. But it's still just a little while off for me. Again, it's more of a timing thing than anything. But I'd love to be able to roleplay, perhaps with the same character the whole way through. And then a final one. What would the 5th be? I don't know. I think I'd love to roleplay DayZ, but it's still not in a place yet where it's not quite there yet. Pancakes, yes, Skyrim will be released tomorrow unless the synths come back for me. If they capture me, I won't be able to release it. But well, fingers crossed. It's looking okay so far. They've left me alone, so I should be able to get it done. Walter, the Elliot and Noah lovely couple thing. Walter did some. Oh, sorry, Walter. I'm thinking, goddamn, Project Zomboid. Walker made some amazing fan art for both Elliot and Noah. It's on the Facebook page and it's on Twitter as well, so I recommend that you check them out. Some great stuff of Noah and Elliot, actually Noah and Elliot together as well, which is interesting, because kind of in Elliot's backstory, we've got him being taken down by Noah, so yeah, sorry, Walter. Walter was a duck. Walter was the duck from Project Zomboid, who was Nick's only companion, the only one that he had to talk to and sing to occasionally. Alright, what do we have? I'm trying to keep up with the chat as much as I can. Let's see. Wink your left eye if the symptoms have captured you. Okay, I'll chuck out a confusing one then. Could be either, alright? Could be either. Leon has a child, spoiler? No, well, it's not actually a spoiler. In the intro, in episode 1, you do see his family. Very, very briefly, but you see his family. So, it's not so much of a spoiler. But we will be talking about his family more. Actually, probably talking a little bit more about his father in the next episode. And his mother as well, but, yeah, there'll be some interesting points that, well, I hope you might be able to pick up on. I'm sure you will. You're all very, very onto it. Can I do a argument between Miles Upshaw and Wayland Park? Oh, God. Okay, okay, let's set the scene then. What are Wayland and Miles going to be arguing about? And then I'll try and go from there. Just gonna wait for you guys to catch up, sorry. We'll get there. I'm gonna go ahead and chuck this up in anticipation and make sure it's actually working okay. There we go. That's our good friend Waylon. Let's see, what are we thinking? Glasses versus no glasses. Okay, alright. Alright, Waylon, okay. Alright, let's get into Waylon. Well, I believe this is how I would talk as Waylon. It's been a little while since I've talked as Wayland Park, but he's very timid, and he speaks rather fast, much faster than Miles does, and, well, Miles, I find that, glasses, spectacles, they're useful. Obviously, in this circumstance, they can be a hazard, very easy to break, to be taken off and thrown away. But they're invaluable. They create a sense of, I think, I'm tricking the enemy almost into thinking that I might be slightly timid, whereas I'm not. I'm a dangerous person. I can be, and I think I've proven that before in the past. Now we'll dive over to Miles and see what he has to say on the topic. Well, I would agree with you. They are fragile. They can be broken. You've got glass just sitting in front of your eye. I mean, all it's gonna take is one punch from Walker or any of the other psychos in there, and it'll be messed up, wrecked, glass all over the place. Bad story. If I had to go with it, go with the blurriness. You'll be safer that way. Okay. Well, that was something. I don't know what it was, but it was fun. It was fun. Okay, talk of him in danger. Miles does look a lot like Waylon. You're right, he does. Yeah, interesting that. You know, maybe twins separated at birth, who knows? They do definitely look a lot alike. And I think, without the glasses, they probably would be the same person. I know, it wasn't so much an argument. I think they they were very much in agreement with each other. Yeah. Swift Gaming. Will I consider doing any voice acting in a movie or a game? Yeah, I mean, I'd love to. I enjoy voice acting. I really, really do. Yeah, so I would consider it. But obviously at the same time, this is my passion, doing this. It's not voice acting outside of this. I would do it for fun, but I would never let it conflict with what I'm doing here, because this is where I want to be. This is what I want to be doing. And yeah, I won't be going anywhere. I promise, guys and gals and Legionnaires. Oh dear. How do I get my teeth so white? I don't know. I don't think they are so white. I think it's just the light that I'm using at the moment. Might be making them look white. Yeah. Will I RP Metro or Half-Life? I'd like to do Half-Life. I kind of feel that might be the realms of Freeman's mind, though, and I think it would get compared too much to that, because it's such a strong standing series. I feel like it would get compared to that too much. So yeah, I don't think I'll do Half-Life, but Metro, I would like to. If I could do a good Russian accent, I would really like to do Metro, and I'd really like to do Stalker. Like, I would love to do Stalker, because I think the Stalker games are great. I haven't played them too much myself, but I saw a great question that I have to answer. Fan-made movies. Who would win, Guts or Rycon? Okay. That's a tough one. I would have to say Guts would win. I mean, Leon is a beast in, multiple senses of the word, but I think that Guts would be able to take it out. Yeah. No, my Russian accent would just come across as racist. I don't. Yeah. It's no good. It's no good. I do know, like I think the only word I know in Russian is Zabrosto. I think that's how you say it. I'm not 100%, but I know it's like a toast, a cheers, because I used to have quite a few Russian friends, and that would be the toast. Will I play Dishonored 2? I would like to play Dishonored 2. But I'm not sure. The main character, it's not Corvo, is it? Or can you play as Corvo? I'm not 100% on that yet. I've only seen like a few cinematic trailers, so I don't know too much of what's going to be happening in the story. How do I come up with different voices for characters? Well, it's a bit of a process, but the way that we actually had another question that I answered in the previous video, kind of similar about that, and it was about, do I ever lose characters' voices? And I don't tend to, because when I'm making a voice for the first time, I try to visualize the character, not so much the character, but the character of the voice, because I find like I make the voices first and then I kind of build the character around that. So say for example, Aaron Swanson is a mix between Keith Sutherland in 24 and Solid Snake, and it's just kind of combining those two people, or at least keeping those two images in my head at any one time. Oh, we can play as Emily or Corvo. Okay, great. Good. Yeah, so I try to visualize the character that inspired the voice in my mind, and that's what kind of gets it going in the first place. Yeah, and that's why I think I haven't lost them per se. Sometimes they evolve over time, like Leon's voice. Leon's voice has definitely evolved over time from season 1 to where we are now. That's in part because of like the microphone I'm using, and the other part of it is that I think I've gotten better at doing what I wanted his voice to be. Like, his voice in season 3 is definitely what I wanted it to be in season 1, but in terms of like a story sense as to how that has how it's changed and if it makes sense, is that, you know, I feel like because he is becoming more and more of the beast, that it's affecting him physically as well, so it's changing up his voice. Have my vocal cords ever bled during an RP? Well, I can tell you, after doing Doom, holy crap, that's a write-off for the rest of the day. Like, if I only have one day to record throughout the week, I will record Doom last, because after doing Doom, I sound like I've been smoking about 100 packs of cigarettes. Yeah, so Yeah, that's definitely the one that's the hardest to do. But in terms of like what's been the most exhausting to do, would probably be either Wayland or Miles, and I think it's probably Wayland more than Miles, just because Wayland got worked up so much more than Miles. So when I was doing the Outlast records, I had to take breaks, like I had to actually stop, and it wasn't because of like the tension being too high. I was actually hyperventilating because I was breathing so much and so quickly. I just started hyperventilating, and I started getting almost faint, which kind of almost helped with the roleplay in a way that I would have felt like they would be feeling really faint and, disorientated. But it's not good for when you're trying to like play the game at the same time, and I'm kind of like going all woozy over my keyboard. So yeah, I had to had to take a few breaks there. Wildcard asks, will Leon ever shave his beard? Well, his beard's changed a little bit. He's kind of grown it out more than in season 1. That little break between season 2 and season 3. But will he ever shave it? I was tempted to shave it for season 3, and I did take it off, and I tell you what, holy crap, he looks weird as underneath. I might have to try and find a photo and post it on Facebook or Twitter to show what Leon does look like when he's fully shaved, because he just looks weird, absolutely weird. It's kind of what I look like when I shave now, and I look like a child all of a sudden. Yeah. Brush asks, I love the voice you gave Logan. My favorite bit was him taking Psycho and walking off the back of the church super pissed off. Yeah, well, I mean, Logan's voice is well, it's my accent. It's very much like my voice, and I think probably now's a good time to answer a question that I answered, the one that I selected at least, for this town hall, and that was, where does Logan's voice come from? Because Logan obviously has a New Zealand accent, and the simple answer to that is that when I first started the New Vegas playthrough, it was the very first roleplay I ever did, and I wanted to do an American accent, but I wasn't quite confident enough at the time, and so I just decided, I'll just go with go with my regular voice and kind of make that his, because I was like, he's the courier, he could have come from anywhere, and so that obviously changed when as I was playing, and I started realizing, hang on, wait, maybe I can tie this into Fallout 3 as well. And so yeah, I mean, the simple explanation is that I wasn't confident enough at the time to do an American accent, and my kind of headcanon that I have for it, and it's weird, it's a weird headcanon explanation that I came up with it, is that in the first episode of Logan's Dawn, you'll see that he's a really, really big fan of Grognak, like a huge fan of Grognak. So yeah, exactly, Joseph, yeah, so the show from New Zealand, that's the type of thing. So Xena and Hercules, which are kind of like the Grognaks of our world, they're all filmed in New Zealand. So I wouldn't put it at too much of a stretch that Grognak might have had a Kiwi kind of inclination to his voice, or at least in my headcanon, a blacksmith, because the thing is, like, Logan loves Grognak, but he never saw himself as Grognak when he was growing up. He saw himself as more the person who would support Grognak. So in my mind, Grognak has all these incredible weapons and stuff like that, like his axe, but he needs someone to forge that axe for him. And so I kind of created this character in my mind that was Grognak's blacksmith, the one that he would go to repair his things and make his things sharper and stronger and the rest. Grognak is Conan. Yeah, I know, yeah. So essentially I think that Logan saw himself as the blacksmith, the person who could fix things, make them better, because he's a mechanic. He's very mechanically minded, and so in my mind, he's watched these old holotapes and listened to the old radio shows that they had still in the vault, and that's how he got that voice, because he identified so much with this character that he wanted to kind of be a little bit like him. Yeah. So I know it's like a massive stretch. It's a massive stretch, but yeah, what can I do? Did the best I could with that one. Have I ever called of an RPG called Earth Dawn? I haven't. I've not. Swift, will I go over to Twitch? Probably not, just because we're all here on YouTube already, and it's a really easy way for me to be able to inform you guys that I am streaming, and it just kind of keeps us all connected here. And also, the other reason is that I know all of you by your names on here, and on Twitch, you might not be using the same usernames, so some do, some don't, and it can get confusing. And I kind of like that I do know a lot of you by your names, and I've got a pretty good memory for names and faces. So yeah. Can I do a British accent? Well, that accent was off. I'd like to think I can do a relatively good British accent, and I'm going to be doing one for another roleplay that I have coming up soon. I haven't quite decided on what I want to do with it yet, or exactly how I want it to be, but we'll see how we do. I haven't got the characters visualized in my mind yet, so I'm not quite there yet with that one. I wouldn't want it to be Waylon. It would obviously have to be different from Waylon, but yes, we'll see. And something that you might have been able to notice now is that whenever I do these voices now, I contort my face a lot, like a decent amount. Like each character, for some reason or another, has a different face when I do it, and I find it much easier to do it when I'm doing a face. So hopefully you'll be able to see some of those when I when I answer some of the questions. More of them in yeah. hey, it takes warming up. What can I say? I'm just jumping straight into it. Will I ever get myself a PO box for fan mail? I'd like to look into it eventually. We'll see. Let's see. Fallen Knight, what do you think about Leon owing you 20,000 new yen? Yeah, well, he died. He died a decent amount in Dark Souls 3. Unfortunate. Snakebite, I will be naming the Legionnaire of the month. Kind of once we get to what the halfway point is, which is probably going to be 10 o'clock now, seeing as we had a little bit of a late start. So we will get there. Alright, I just want to check something out though. Let's see. I did mean to have this up here earlier, but we'll chuck that up there now. So there you go, Chip. There you go. Hope you're happy with that. Muso, does Leon rely on his companions too much? I think he relies on them. I don't know. Well, because we know Leon can do great things by himself, especially in the latest episode. He did some pretty crazy ass things by himself, but I think he relies on his companions to hold him back. To keep him contained in a way. I think if he was by himself, he would just kind of completely succumb to the beast that he's becoming. How old is Leon? Leon's in his 30s. Yeah, so he's been around for a little bit. And so he wasn't actually able to fight. The mic is kind of crackly. Oh dear. We're having issues. What was my inspiration for Elliot from Katie Bryson? I don't know, actually. Well, Elliot actually started off as just a random character for me. It was completely random. So I just used Cataclysm, and he kind of came out of the woodwork, and I kind of just started building him from there. From then, so he's not based off any one particular person. So he's not based off some serial killer or the rest. He's kind of just evolved over time, and it's been a lot of input from all of you out there as well. Like that's made a big difference to Elliot's story. I've been loving all the fan fiction and the rest that's been coming out of it as well, and I absolutely loved your fan art that you did of him. It was fan-freaking-tastic, and that's up on the Facebook page and it's on Twitter as well. So we've got a pretty big fan art folder now on Facebook. So if you haven't had a chance to check it out yet, I would highly recommend it because there's some pretty badass art in there now. Matt Murphy, how does it feel to have so many people that actually care about you? It's fantastic. Like I can't begin to explain how cool it is to be able to sit here and chat with all of you. It's awesome. It's great, and it's more than what I could have ever expected when I first started doing this. Almost 3 years ago, because coming this August, the 21st, that's going to be the 3rd birthday of the channel, and I've got some pretty cool things planned for that. I'm hoping to be able to do a really big live stream before we will, like a marathon one of sorts. So I'll be taking votes on what we want to do for that, what game we want to play. I would love to do something multiplayer so we can kind of all jump in together and get stuck into that. What do we got? What do we got? What's my favorite character that I've made so far? From Sergeant Arch Dornan. Favorite character is really tough to decide because I like them all for different reasons, and yeah, it's really tough to pick that one out. It's like picking your favorite child. I like them all for their different reasons, and I think that's why I like to do so many of them as well, because it just keeps it fresh. I think if I was just doing one roleplay, like if I was just doing Skyrim or if I was just doing Fallout, I probably would have burnt myself out a while ago, because it's a long time to play a game. Like we've been doing Fallout for almost 3 years now, and we've been doing Skyrim for almost 2 years now, and usually in the past, I would have been completely burnt out in terms of like playing a game for that long, over that period of time. Is it technically harder to roleplay a villain? It can be, Psycho. It can be, but I think roleplaying a villain. Well, see, okay, let's talk about this in terms of Skyrim. Small little spoilers here, but I'll try and be a little bit vague about it. But in the last episode, Leon did some things that for a lot of people in Skyrim will be totally villainous, like hugely villainous, and so villainy in my mind is, well, it's objective, because one person can seem like a villain to you but a hero to others, so yeah, I find playing a villain, I find it really fun. It's difficult, but it's fun, because obviously the villain doesn't see themselves as evil. A lot of the times the really good ones will see themselves as heroes and think that they are actually doing the right thing. Yeah, so it's difficult. I mean, like, you need to do a lot to kind of get it right, but yeah. It's tough, but if you can get it right, it can be really, really enjoyable. And I think that's kind of the direction that Leon is in at the moment. And hell, even Logan. The two of them, they do some pretty crazy out there things. And, for a lot of people, they would be seen as villainous actions. So, yeah. Killing Legion scum is never a villainous thing. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Like, villainy it's objective. And I think that's why I love shows and series, kind of like The Walking Dead. Like, I love The Walking Dead, a huge Walking Dead fan. And I enjoy that because villainy in that is very, very, very objective. Because obviously, with Season 7 coming, Negan, he's a big villain, right? He seems like a big villain, but in in the eyes of others, he is a hero. Yeah, and the same thing with, like, to the Saviors, Rick and his people, they are villains. They went in and they slaughtered their people in their sleep. Not only that, but they also blew them up on the road. Like, the Saviors hadn't actually done anything too bad to them. Yes, they threatened them, but they did take the action, so they could very easily spin that to their own people and turn them into villains. It's totally objective when it comes to villainy. Yeah, I don't believe in total evil. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? I would definitely support a... you would support Dark Souls roleplay. Okay, that's great. That's good. That's good. Fantastic. Quick backstory for a Fallout 4 roleplay. Well, I do have some news for Fallout 4. And it's some pretty cool news. I don't have a confirmed date yet because it just depends how much work I can get done on it. But I am doing a Fallout 4 roleplay. Now, some of you would have seen the teaser that I posted on Instagram. It did have the title of it in there. And if I'm being honest, like, I feel like it's the best stuff that I've ever done. And it's different. It's different from my regular roleplays. It's much more like a machinima than our standard roleplays, which is not really what I want to be doing. But I think it's going to work really well for this series, because this series is going to be made up of multiple mini-series, and each series is going to run for 4 episodes, and each episode is going to be approximately 10 minutes long. And I don't want to give too much away. But each of the characters, the main characters that appear in these mini-series, they are going to become companions of our main character in the Fallout 4 roleplay. Maybe. I don't want to say it's absolutely confirmed, because then that's kind of a spoiler for the main one. But there's a chance that they exist in that game world. So yeah. But in terms of when that would be releasing, it's going to be releasing this month. The first one is meant to be out on the 20th, so fingers crossed if everything goes well there, it is going to be out on the 20th. But, and here's the but, now, it's not going to be on my channel. And I know that seems crazy and out there. It's not going to be on my channel. Some of you will know that I recently partnered with TGN, and honestly, TGN have been incredibly supportive of me so far. They've been doing an absolutely fantastic job. Now, everyone's experience with MCNs is going to be different. They vary greatly, but they have been really, really good to me. And like I said, super supportive. And they want to be able to put this series out there. Not just for you guys, but for a greater audience to see as well. And I'm excited by that. I'm excited to see what the rest of the world is going to think of it. And the rest of the TGN group as well. So these mini-series that are going to support the main Fallout 4 roleplay, which is going to be here on Rycon Roleplays, they're all going to be airing on TGN. So it's a pretty big deal. They don't ask just anyone to make content for the main channel, so I'm excited to see what YouTube is going to think of it, really. And I hope you guys are okay with me posting it somewhere else. I will 100% be making notifications so that no one misses an episode, and I will also be linking playlists in my channel as well, so you won't be missing out on them. But yeah, there's going to be, at the moment, I'm thinking there's probably going to be 2 or 3 series, each one of them with a different character, and each one of them 4 episodes long at a time. Mo, would I recommend a partnership? Well, I mean, it varies. It varies from person to person, MCNs are going to work for some people, and they're not going to work for others. I wanted to wait for the longest time before I did sign with an MCN, because I just wanted to see how far I could make it on my own back. And I felt like we've made a pretty awesome community here, like a really, really fantastic community that I'm very, very proud of. And it does vary from person to person, but they are incredibly supportive and have been to me so far. But that doesn't mean it'll be the same experience for everyone else. So all I can recommend is that just do your research before you sign on with anyone. And don't expect the world, because you might not get it. So I've definitely got a lot more than what I expected, but I think it would vary from person to person. You know what, that music is seeming a little too loud for my liking, so we're going to go and chuck that down a little bit. There we go. Much better. I haven't announced the Legionnaire of the month yet. Chip is still reigning as the Lotum for a little bit longer. Okay, how are we doing? I think we're getting close. Will Leon ever go to Solstein and meet Marak? Yes, maybe. If he survives that long. We'll see. Yeah. What I thought of Vegas Logan is after Fallout 3, how he doesn't have any questionable scars. Well, he does. If we think about the start of New Vegas, he had his head cut open already. The only unfortunate thing is that, like, even though your character at the start of New Vegas has been shot in the head and has had brain surgery, there aren't any scars. Like, they don't put the scars in the game, which is weird. Really weird. But those scars are definitely still there. Like, so when Logan starts, he has his kind of shaved head. But in my mind, the scars are there, you know, and I think they would be for him too. But he wouldn't question seeing other scars there, because he probably would have thought that they were part of that same surgery. Yeah. Which one of my characters would win a drinking contest? Who would win? I know that Aaron Swanson likes a drink, and, well, Leon has been known to have a few drinks from time to time. I'd like to think that Leon could take him out, though. Yeah, I think Leon would win that. Oh, that's terrible, William. That's terrible. Oh, dear. Yeah, Walker, Leon did the last episode without any of his armor, which was, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Leon definitely, he isn't the same person that he was at the start, that's for sure. Just in terms of, like, what he's capable of. He's obviously a lot stronger, a lot faster, and he can take a lot more damage than he probably thought he could. And that's in part because of his curse, because of the beast. But the other side of it is, well, these souls that he's been absorbing, multiple souls now from these dragons, each one of those empowers him, fills him with their strength, the strength of their scales. They become a part of him. He absorbs their essence, they're still in there. Like, each of those dragons individually is now part of him. So I think in my mind that explains why he just gets stronger and stronger over time. There's other reasons as well that Leon just doesn't quite know or understand yet. I think it's one of those things where someone doesn't know their full capabilities until they're put to the test, until they're put up against a foe that seems to be unbeatable. That's when they can truly discover what they can do. And I think Leon will discover that in time. Yeah. Which of the characters have better aim? Definitely Riley. Riley 100% has the best aim out of everyone. I think a lot of you would agree with me as well. Leon has terrible aim. Logan's got pretty damn good aim, and Swanson too. But I think Riley takes the cake. Yeah, easily. Yeah, there's always a rivalry between Chip and Sean. What personally inspires me to make videos? Well, I'm pretty sure last time I had a chat about what got me started in the first place, and I know I've said that before, falling down the stairs and kind of being stuck, not being able to make anything at all. That's what got me started in the first place. But I think what did it was that I discovered role-playing on YouTube, and I wanted to see more of it. There just wasn't much out there. It was Inferno Canuck that started me doing this, and I started searching, trying to find more roleplays on YouTube, and they weren't there. And there's a lot more now. Which is awesome. It's so cool to see a little niche genre start to kind of flourish, and also just more people kind of being open to give it a try, because when you see a roleplay for the first time, it's weird. You don't know what you're watching, really. You're just thinking, okay, what? The guy's just talking to himself. What's going on? But it's awesome that more people are kind of getting on board with it. I can't even see what Sean's saying, but it seems that Sean's having fun all the same. Copycat. When Leon lets the dragon skin shout, when he learns it, well, I kind of feel like he's rocking it at the moment. Channel 404, it's good to see you again. Will I do any more vlog type videos? I'd love to do more. I've actually just got like a few little bits and pieces for my setup, so I'm going to be using my cell phone more to film. I got an S7, and I'm really impressed with what it can do video wise. It's really cool. Like, I'm using a 60D at the moment as the main webcam, but yeah, it makes a difference. Chip asked, has your wife ever walked on you when you were recording a session? No, I tend to record when I'm home by myself, and there's no one else in the house, and that's really good for whenever I was doing Outlast, because I tell you what, some of those scenes in Outlast, they were intense, and I was just thinking, surely some of the sound is going to be bleeding out to the neighbours, especially scenes where you're tied down to the table for, a circular saw between your legs. You make quite a bit of noise, and now Doom, the amount of shouting I'm doing for Doom, like the level that I'm actually shouting at is so much louder than anything I've done before. I'm sure some people are hearing it, but yeah, I tend to try and stay away from it. I apologize for the crackling mic. Yeah, for some reason it just seems to start after a little while, and it hasn't actually been affecting the roleplays, which has been strange. Yeah, so I'm not 100% sure what's causing that, so I apologize in advance. It's the synths, they're trying to hack the system, they're trying to get back to us, but we won't let them win today. What made me want to do roleplays? Kind of what I was saying before, seeing Inferno Canuck do his thing, and it kind of just changed my mind of how you could play a game. Like, I'd gotten into the point with games where, well, even just seeing his Fallout 3 one, because there is so much lore that's in the game that you kind of just end up skipping over because of the way we play games. We quite often rush and we don't get a chance to stop and smell the flowers, and I find when you do, you notice like little connections and things that developers have done that it's incredible, and these are details that you just miss otherwise. And I think that's what originally pulled me into it, that got me started role-playing, was just the idea of like being able to better explore a game and do it in a really immersive way. How does Leon feel about the Mages Guild? Well, I mean, he's been to the college now. He's, well, as some of you will know, and yeah, I mean, I think he's just impartial, really. Magic has never been his thing, because he's just always trusted his blade. He's just honed his skills with his sword so much since he was a child that he just wouldn't rely on anything else, really. I've seen a few questions about No Man's Sky, and I can say that I'm 100% going to be doing a role play for that. And, well, I want to be able to say more about it right now, but I can't say too much. But I am going to be doing a live action role. Live action? I guess it's live action, but I'm going to be doing a live stream role play of No Man's Sky. So I'm going to be role playing it live, which is something obviously that I've never done before, but I'm super excited to do it. Essentially, this series is going to be like a mix between Bear Grylls and David Attenborough. So kind of bringing those two together. So you've got the survival side of things, but then also the observation and documentary of nature. Because that's kind of what No Man's Sky is in a way. You know, you are an explorer. It's what you do, and survival is a part of that as well. So you know, they kind of go hand in hand. But that's what it will be. That's what that's No Man's Sky. Yeah. So I'm hoping that I will be able to say more about it soon. But it will be the day that it's releasing. So it's going to be the 12th. It's going to be the 13th here for me, but there will be a live stream going up that day, and I'm kind of still putting things together for it now, but hopefully I will know more soon, and I will be able to tell you a little bit more about it. Sorry, Hunter, I'm doing my absolute best to answer as many questions as I can. Let's see. Copycat, do I ever think Liam would have a necromancer in the party? I don't know, especially with being the well, again, spoiler alert, being the champion of Merida, I think that would conflict, and I think that Merida would have some choice words to say about that. And we know how much Leon loves flying up into the sky. At More Gaming, do I find games like Fallout 4 with voice actors as the main character take away from role-playing experiences? Yes and no. In some ways, I mean, it makes what I do a little bit harder, but that's not what a game should be about. It shouldn't be about what a single YouTuber does with the game. But yeah, I mean, like, one of my favorite games, and I know this is controversial, but I really enjoyed Mass Effect. Like, I really, really enjoyed it. I played the shit out of Mass Effect, and I did feel like I had some semblance of control over my Shepard. You know, she was different from everyone else's Shepard in my mind. So, yeah, I think yeah, sometimes it's great. Other times, you know, not so much. I mean, it can be unfortunate having words put in your mouth, but it's kind of always been that way with role-playing games. Like, even if we're thinking back to Morrowind, you know, you had a choice on the things that you could say, but, you know, they were still putting words in your mouth. Now, you could imagine that you said something different, but it's still kind of the same thing. And even with Fallout 3 and, you know, Oblivion, Skyrim, you know, it's the same kind of thing. Even though I say things different as Leon, you know, I still have my, you know, I'm still kind of stuck in terms of what I can do. Eric John, will I roleplay We Happy Few? I would like to. I would really like to, but again, it's just more of a time thing than anything. Baboon, will I make my own site? Yeah, I'm actually kind of in the works of trying to find the best kind of layout for a site at the moment. I would love to have a site because I'd love us to have a forum where we can share roleplays. Like, I want it to be kind of a hub in a way where any of you that do produce your own roleplays will be able to share them there, and we can kind of categorize them for different games. Because, I mean, that's why I started doing this in the first place, because I wanted to watch more roleplays. So I think it'll be really cool for people to be able to find a roleplay for, you know, whatever game they want. Thunderwolf, will I roleplay with multiple people? I would like to. It's more just a scheduling thing with me, and it's more just the way that I do my role plays. I don't script anything, which I know is terrible for anyone else that's trying to jump in and join in. I think I would do other role plays with people, perhaps in survival games like DayZ or Miscreated. If I end up doing role plays with them, then it's a little bit easier to do the kind of the live action style of roleplay. Whereas for things like Skyrim and the rest, because I go into an episode with a vague idea of what I want to happen, and I let the game world influence the story, that makes it really difficult for me to get anyone else to do it. I see Chip has just posted the Reddit. There is a subreddit now, and it was Malum. I'm hoping I'm saying it right. Malum, M-A-E-L-U-M. Malum created this subreddit, has done a fantastic job at curating it so far. So if you ever feel like it, head on over to the subreddit. It's a great place for us to talk, especially until I get the site off the ground. I think it will be fantastic. So yeah, there we go. Okay, what have we got? What is Elliot's long-term goal beyond surviving and killing? Well, I think that is his goal right now. I don't know if he has a long-term goal, especially just in the condition that he's in as well now, with his leg broken and the rest. Yeah. What has been the hardest thing to roleplay from Simple Enigma? The hardest thing to roleplay so far has probably been Doom. It's definitely been harder than any of the others because just the level of aggression is next level, and it tires me out. Like I do run out of breath and just yeah. I got it right, Malum. Okay, that's good. Okay, cool. Oh. Okay, I finished my V for now, so I'm totally energized. We're good to go. I will be announcing the Lotum very soon, so stay tuned for that one. Can I try and do a Solid Snake or Kratos voice? I'd probably have to listen to them first before I do it, but I promise you, Fallen Knight, I will try. I'll do some practice before the next Town Hall, and hopefully I will do it then. Where did Leon meet Inigo when he got shot? Well, that's a point of contention. It would have been, this is the thing, is it would have been before he got to Skyrim, and it would have been obviously before he left Cyrodiil, because he left from Anvil. He took the ship from Anvil, so it would have been before he exiled himself. And obviously, when he was in Cyrodiil, he was still having trouble with the beast. So it probably would have been when he was still in Cyrodiil, perhaps even still in service to the Legion. Will the past Lotums still be on the banners? They won't be on the banners, but they will be in a special kind of folder that I'm creating on the Facebook page chip. So there'll be like a hall of heroes in a way, where they will all reside. Minecraft RP. I have been like scratching my brain as to how I could do a Minecraft roleplay, because I would love to. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I had like one option in my mind, which was a really weird one, and I don't know how it would work out, but I kind of had the idea that I would be role-playing as a person who had become stuck in that world somehow. So it was like playing Minecraft in VR, and somehow the connection has been severed, and he's stuck in Minecraft. Because I guess that's a way to kind of like explain away, how Minecraft the world works. So it could be interesting. Yeah. But I don't know. Fan-made movies, what's Leon's opinion of the Hero of Kvatch? I would say he probably doesn't know much about him. He would know the name, well, he would know the title, the Hero of Kvatch, but he would be more of a legend than anything. Yeah. Yeah, so to find the subreddit, it's just Rycon Roleplays, one word, and you'll be able to find it. Damocles, okay. There's your kiss. You got one. There you go, Damocles. Oh dear. Katie seems to be on board with the Minecraft roleplay. Yeah. I don't know yet. I don't know. Could there be some VR videos coming? Well, I don't have a VR headset at the moment. I'm kind of sitting out of it at the moment, because I don't know who I'm going to side with. I was a massive Oculus supporter back when it first started, but now I seem to be kind of leaning more towards the Vive. But yeah, that's the thing. I think I'm almost going to wait for the second generation before I jump into one. I would love to have one, because I saw, and I'm trying to remember who it was now, and I can't remember, and it's really annoying. I can't remember if it was Maddie or if it was Gopher. It was someone did a test in New Vegas. Yeah, I can't remember who it was that did it, but someone did a test in New Vegas with Oculus, and it was awesome. It was really cool, because the way that I roleplay, I try and act as much as I can with the mouse, because obviously, like, head movements, like the inclination, the way that you move your head, it expresses emotion, but it's quite hard to do with a mouse. Like, I do my best, but yeah, I don't know. It's quite difficult to do with the mouse, but I think if I had a headset, I would use it more for that, just to be able to actually express more emotion by moving my head around. Yeah. Do I think Logan will go to the Commonwealth? I don't know. I'm going to say probably not, but someone from the Commonwealth might go to Logan. We'll see. Yeah. Stephen the Slayer. I should get cryotic to RP. Okay. Interesting. Will I show the time Leon was shot by Nigo? Possibly. Yeah. I mean, we could do a flashback. There will be flashback episodes coming, or flashback sequences coming for Leon. So they will be coming eventually. I actually did think about Simple Enigma. I did think about role playing Arkham. Starting off with Arkham Asylum, but yeah, I didn't quite get there. I got it for a little bit and tried it out. Admiral Gaming, what is my favorite zombie game to date? That's tough. It's tough. I don't know. Favorite one to date? I mean, I love Project Zomboid. I think it's amazing. I really quite enjoy State of Decay, but it's not quite the kind of game that I want it to be. I really enjoy DayZ. I enjoy Miscreated, but I guess that's more mutants than zomboids. But zomboids are zombies. Yeah, that is a tough one. Um, yeah. Favorite sports teams. Now, I did actually have a question that I did need to answer about that. I actually don't follow a lot of New Zealand sport. The All Blacks are world famous. We're champion rugby players, but I don't follow the All Blacks too much because I actually work in sport quite a bit. I do a lot of in-stadium camera work, and so I just don't tend to watch it much because when you work on something, you don't tend to, watch as much of it. But when I do have time, I would love, and I often do watch NFL and NBA whenever I can. I haven't had the chance this year because things have been so busy. I haven't had a chance to watch much of it, but my NFL team is the New York Giants, and and it has been for forever, and I don't think I'd change it. So yeah, which is at the moment it's annoying. It's really annoying, in fact. But basketball, the Portland Trailblazers are my team, and I've been really proud of everything they've done so far. Damian Lillard is amazing. And yeah, I really enjoy to watch it. And actually quite enjoy to play the 2K games of NBA. There was part of me that wanted to try and do a role play because I was like, no one has ever done a sports role play before, but I'm sure someone has. But I just thought that would be interesting. Yeah, Joseph. Yeah, we watch the NFL in New Zealand. Yeah, we actually have quite a few people that watch. I've got a lot of friends that watch as well. Yeah. Think of doing so Fallen Knight, 2K16 RP, no, I actually did think about doing it. I actually did think about doing a NBA 2K16 roleplay. But no, how much time do we have left on the stream? As much time as I can give you. Today I am going to be editing Skyrim and Doom though, so Doom will actually be out. Sorry, Doom will be out tomorrow, yes, and Skyrim will be out. Skyrim should be out either tomorrow as well. It should be out tomorrow as well. They should both be out tomorrow as well. Simple enigma, how to become good at voice acting? Just practice. It's just pretty much practice. It's starting to learn how your own voice works. Your voice is like an instrument, and you find different ways to use it. So, yeah. The Forest RP from Copycat. Yes, I'd love to eventually. I actually did a test roleplay a very, very long time ago. But my general rule with those kinds of games is that I wait until the release, at least until version 1, because otherwise there's just too many changes that come to the game. So it's the main reason why I wouldn't probably do a roleplay of Miscreated at the moment, because it's not there. Same thing with DayZ. It's close. There's enough in it to make it an enjoyable game, but it's not what I think the developers want as their game. And so I like to tend to try and wait until version 1 before I do a full roleplay of something. Also because it's more stable then as well. So, yeah. Okay, what have we got? You know what? I think it's about time that we announce something. I think it's about time that we announce the Lotum, the Legionnaire of the month. How do we feel about that? It's going to take a little while for us to catch up. But we are going to be announcing the Lotum. Chip, I'm sorry. Your reign has come to an end. You have done a fantastic job at being the Lotum for this month. And we do have another person that is going to be taking the reins as the Legionnaire of the month. Okay. So, Chip, I'm going to be removing your banner. I'm sorry, my friend, you are gone. Out of here. Forgotten. Old news. No. No, you've been fantastic. Chip has been doing a fantastic job. Chip has moderated today as well, and things seem to be going pretty well. So thanks to the other half and Chip for what they have done today. But the Legionnaire of the month, fingers crossed this all goes well, is, drumroll, worst drumroll ever. It's hard to drumroll on a on a glass desk. The Legionnaire of the month is, and it doesn't show up, is any moment now. Here we go. KD Bryson. Congratulations, KD Bryson. This month has just done an incredible job, like insane job across pretty much every single social media, especially Twitter as well. Just like as soon as anything goes up, Katie's always there to like, retweet, and comment, and she has done an absolutely fantastic job, and has also done some really, really awesome fan art as well of Elliot. So be sure to check it out. It's on Facebook. I'd love to chuck it up right now, but I know that I will just completely screw this whole setup. So I would love you to come and take a look at it. Say hello to Katie in the comments. I hope she's still here now, that she hasn't left yet. She was here earlier on. But yeah, congratulations. You have taken the throne away from Chip for the month. So yeah, well done. Well done. You have done a fantastic job. I know you do, Nick. You do a fantastic job as well. Everyone that does, chat on Twitter and everything else, that's awesome. I really appreciate the support that every single one of you brings. So, yeah, there we go. There we go. The other half, Rycon is going to make expert rock climbers out of us. Yes, yeah. I do like my cliffhangers. I know. Rycon, when I'm nervous, do I become Shycon? I guess I do. Yeah. Well, how are we doing? She's not here to claim it. I know she's not at the moment, unfortunately, but she was here before. Thank you for doing a drum roll as well, Panda. That's fantastic. I appreciate that. Will I ever play as a female or non-cis character? Well, we're playing as Riley at the moment, and I did have Noah as my main character during Cataclysm, and I wanted to voice her, but you see I'm going red now. Yeah, it's difficult. It's quite difficult. Actually, in this series that I have coming up, this Fallout 4 series, there is a female character in it, and I do voice that character, and I hope that I have done a good enough job. I hope. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. We'll see. We'll see what you all think of it when it does release. But, yeah, I guess I can tell you a little bit about the series right now. So, the series is taking place a little bit before the start of Fallout 4. At least this one is. The main character is a synth. And I don't know if I want to and can tell you anything more than that yet. But it's going to be awesome. Yeah. Do I play an instrument? Not really. I used to play guitar and bass, but I play them terribly bad. Terribly, terribly bad. At Mora Gaming, would I outsource my female characters' voices? I would love to. I really would. And so I think I probably will do for these more kind of scripted style ones that I do. So yeah, I think I'm going to start looking into it eventually. Where are we going? Would I bring Nick into the Cataclysm as a zombie? I think that'd be a little unfair. Little unfair. Out of all the cons, which is your favourite? As in like the conventions? I don't know. I've always been a fan of PAX, but I would have to say probably Comic-Con. Just in terms of the amount of media that comes out of there now, it's insane. Just absolutely insane. Yeah, so I'd have to go with Comic-Con, and it's kind of a dream of mine to go to San Diego Comic-Con one day. I would love to do it. It would be fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Infastic? What is infastic? Infastic's a new word, apparently. So there you go. Oh, Katie's back. What did you miss? Well, Katie, congratulations. You are the Lotum. You're the Legionnaire of the month. Well done. Well done. Congratulations. Yeah. Welcome back. Welcome back. Thanks for letting Katie know, chat. Thanks for letting her know. Nick Moore, what are my thoughts on Markiplier and Undertale? Well, I know, crazy enough, I haven't actually had a chance to play Undertale yet. I really, really want to play Undertale, but I just haven't had a chance to play it yet. Markiplier, I think Markiplier I think he's a great guy. He's got a hell of a voice on him. Man, I don't think I've heard a smoother voice on the internet ever, full stop. I think he's really entertaining. I don't get to watch enough of his videos, but I appreciate what he does. I think he does an excellent job all the same. Well, KD, I think, like I was saying to everyone else before, you've done a fantastic job this month, just in terms of being across every single form of social media that I have: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, just everything. And I loved the piece of fan art that you did of Elliot. It was fantastic. Really, really cool. Matt Murphy just dropping all the puns today. When you eavesdrop on someone, do you become Spycon? I guess I do. I guess I do. Nick Moore, I wouldn't say I'm a fanboy of Markiplier. I'd say I'm more of a fanboy of Pewds. I've been subscribed to Pewds for a very, very long time now, and it's been crazy to see what he has gone through just over the last few years, just in terms of that growth. And if I'm being honest, I think he's handling it pretty well in terms of just being at that level. It's just crazy, and he's really evolved the content that he creates as well. I think he's definitely entertaining, really, really entertaining. In terms of all the YouTubers that I watch, I think Pewds is definitely one of the most frequented that I do watch. What do we got? When you're sad, are you Rycon? Yeah, I'm. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Psycon today, Scott. Psycon. Am I sighing? Am I sighing lots? Is that... No, yeah, maybe I am. Yeah, Rycon. Definitely Rycon. How many beard styles did I have to go through to get my current style of beard? Really, the only reason I have a goatee at the moment is... well, I can't grow anything on my sides. Like, it's just ridiculously patchy. So that's the main reason. Like, that's pretty much it. That's why I have a goatee at the moment. And I'm probably going to keep growing it, I don't think it's going to get cut for a while. It'll get a trim. But, yeah. I really appreciate the puns, Nick Moore. I mean, puns are, that's what I live for. That's what I live for. Rycon. Oh, wow. Damocles, the fan art that Katie did, it's on Facebook at the moment. So if you just have a look at the fan art folder that's on Facebook, it's on there. When I say farewells, am I Bicon? Yes, I'm Bicon. Yep, there we go. If I could roleplay with someone on YouTube, who would I do it with? I don't know, actually. I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah. Not sure. Will I RP the Hunter? I don't know. I haven't heard much about the Hunter. Outlast 2's confirmed in the next month? Really? It's not what I heard about. But maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know. Who's my favourite character to play from the Roleplay Productions? Favourite character? It varies. And I think that's why I enjoy doing as many as I do. Because, well... It's just that, variety is the spice of life, and I enjoy doing different voices. I think if I was just doing one, it wouldn't be so much, but I really do enjoy every one of them, really. Game of Poets, I love Game of Poets. I think he's doing an absolutely, fantastic job with what he's doing. Very, very cool. I've talked to him a few times before in the past as well. Do I play Dota 2 or League of Legends? No, I never have, and I don't think I'll ever be able to, because I think there's this point where you either had to get into it a long time ago. If you try and join it now, there's no way. There's just no way you can join. There's no way you can start off without knowing everything, without being an absolute expert at the game. Club Penguin, RP Panda? Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Maybe that's someone that we vote on, because with the 3rd birthday coming up, I am going to be doing my kind of mega live stream with you all, so who knows, we'll chuck it on the list maybe. I will actually be making a post about that though, so I will need suggestions for what games you want to play, so I'll make a post about that on Facebook and Twitter, and everyone can make some suggestions. George Balls, do I like Disneyland? Hell yeah, I got married at Disney World. Yeah, so you could say that I like it. Yeah, I've been to Disney World quite a few times, and yeah, It's amazing. I think the first time I went, it just blew my mind. Like the level of dedication that is put in every single day is unbelievable. Yeah. Samuel, I would love to play Stalker. I think I'll get there one day. If I can ever actually nail a Russian accent, I'll give it a go. But yeah, there we go. The other half, did Leon serve in the Great War? No, he was too young. Unfortunately, he was too young to fight in the war, but he definitely saw its effects. He saw what it did to his country and his countrymen. Yeah, so there we go. Baboon, would you play an MMORPG with us, and which one? I don't know. How about The Division? That'd be cool. I'm still trying to get some people to join Swanson, so who knows? Who knows? We'll see. Would I ever do an RP of Mass Effect? I think that's one of the difficult ones where, yeah, cutting the voice out of that would just be, yeah, it would be too hard. I mean, you can roleplay it in terms of like the decisions that you make, but yeah. Just trying to see what we got going on at the moment. Will I do Dragonborn and Heartfire? Eventually. Yep, I reckon I would. Baboon, I can't. Wouldn't want to even try here first. I'd want to really practice a Russian accent before getting it out there. Thunderwolf, besides my character in Doom, which is the hardest to roleplay? I think I probably would have once upon a time said that Waylon and Miles were the hardest to roleplay, but I don't think they are, because Red Barrels did such a good job with Outlast that there wasn't a second where I had my immersion broken. It was such an immersive game, just in terms of everything, the way they interact with the world. It's super immersive, and I found it a lot easier than I thought it would be, actually, because with it being a linear story, it was different than my normal role plays. So yeah, I don't know who I would say is the hardest now. I think Skyrim is without a doubt the hardest to make, just in terms of the amount of time that goes into each episode. It's a lot more than any of my other role plays that I do. So that's probably the hardest one to produce. But Leon isn't the hardest to do, because I've been doing them for quite a while now. When will Leon's Tale end? Probably not for a while yet. It's going to be around for a decent while. There's still a lot more to Leon's journey. Yeah, I mean, just look at the state of Skyrim at the moment. It's by no means, well, safe. And so Leon has a lot of work to do there. Oh, I don't have any water and I'm dying. Oh. Benno, am I still moving to Canada at the end of the year? Yes, I'm going to be moving to Toronto with my lovely wife in November. Yeah, in November. So there we go. So if anyone is in Toronto, maybe we can catch up. Maybe we can hang out. I would love to. We could have the first Rycon con. There we go. The other half. Yeah, I'd love to see some flashback episodes of Leon, in his time in the Legion. Chip, will I ever come and play with you? Well, if you come along to the next live stream, the one that we're going to be doing for the 3rd birthday, we'll play. Yeah, I know, I need water. I'm dying here. Oh my gosh. I'll be right back. I'm actually going to die. Okay. Oh dear. Okay. I am back. Oh dear. Wow. Right. I'm alive. Oh my gosh. So apparently, the hardest voice to do is my own. It's without a doubt the hardest. Rycon died. Yeah, the synths got me. I am now the replacement. I am not the real Rycon. I am the imposter. Oh dear. Yeah, there. Yes, or Scott. I am a zombie. Definitely a zombie. Wildcard Berserk is my favorite anime as well. I absolutely love it. There you go. I see the con puns are still rolling. They're still alive. There we go. I am okay, Katie. Thank you very much. I am alive now. I will check out the subreddit after this, Sean. I will be sure to check it. I'm sure you've got something fun there. At Mora, do I find it difficult coming up with new characters? Sometimes. But quite often there's usually enough in the game itself to start to generate the character. So I usually go from that point. So I start off with what the game has available to us, and then I try and change them to make them a little bit different from the standard character in that game. I'm still dying here, apparently. God damn. Ooh. Okay. I'm alive. I haven't actually seen One Punch Man yet. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to see it yet. I'm excited for Mass Effect Andromeda. Yeah. I just saw another question. Sorry, I got distracted. Yeah, I am. I'm excited to see what they do with it. Yeah, because it's going to be very different from. It's going to be very different from the last series, or at least from what they're saying, what they've told us so far. Yeah. But in terms of like the space genre at the moment, I'm so excited for No Man's Sky. I can't wait. I know there's been information leaked, there's been a lot of stuff leaked, but I can't wait to see what they do with it. Like, just the idea of the exploration side of it. Yeah, there's so much opportunity there, and I just hope that they don't. Yeah, I hope that they don't waste that opportunity. I don't think they have. Like, I think it will be as good as we're kind of all hoping it to be. Favorite Final Fantasy game? I'd have to say 7. Yeah, because it was the first game that I played like that, and I played it when I was very, very young. It was my favorite PlayStation games back in the day. So I'd have to say 7. Probably, yeah. I think it's in my mind. Like my favorite ones go 7, 8, 9. That's pretty much it. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, so 7, 8, 9. For some reason, I just never got into 10. What editing and rendering software do I use? I use Adobe Premiere Pro Creative Cloud, and I use the encoder from that as well. So there we go. What advice would I give to those with not the best equipment and are just starting? So that's from Lucid Psycho. So Psycho, when I first started Logan's Tale, I was using a headset mic just like this one here. So, just a little microphone that sits in front of your face. And my computer wasn't the best computer in the world. But that's it, you start with what you have, and I used as many tricks as I could to make it as good as possible. I was recording in 720 when I first started, which is fine, it all works fine, it still looks okay. When I go back and look at it, it's pretty cringy for me now, just because of how it was and like kind of what I'm doing now. It was very new back then. But that's starting, I made my Rycon Raw video about starting off. 1 second, sorry. And everything that I said in that, I still stand by it. Starting's not easy, and you don't start off as an expert. You don't start off as a professional. It takes a while to get good at what you do and to find your voice. And the best advice I can give you is just start making, start creating, and you'll get better and better over time. And you don't need the best equipment in the world to start doing what you want to be doing. The best advice I could probably give, though, is, find if you can, I mean, obviously, do what you love first and foremost, but then the second kind of sub-note to that would be try and find a niche, try and find something where someone hasn't done something before. So if you're wanting to do role plays, try and find some games that people haven't role played yet, because there's so many games out there that could still be role played, and very, very well. So just in terms of like what people would be searching for on YouTube, if they are looking for other role plays, try and find someone that hasn't actually done yet. Damocles, would I be willing to leak the theme genre of your PnP RPG? Well, I can probably tell you little bits and pieces about it, like little bits and pieces. It has a heavy focus on survival. Survival at any and all costs. And survival won't be easy. It'll be very, very hard. And you'll be pushed to make some decisions that, well, you wouldn't otherwise make in your day-to-day life. So it's going to bring a lot of drama. And it might bring tension to friends. So, yeah. It's going to push people. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can want to say too much more just yet. But yeah, that's going to be a heavy theme of it. Survival. So there we go. But I am really looking forward to being able to share and say more about it yet. Am I hyped for the remake of Final Fantasy VII? Yes. I mean, it's something that I always wanted. I don't know if I want it as much now as I did before, but yeah, I mean, I won't say no to it. I'll definitely still like to try it out. Mole, favorite actor. That's a tough one. It's actually a really tough one. Because I appreciate a lot of different actors. I don't know if I'd even want to state a name. Yeah, it's tough. That's really, really tough, actually. Yeah, I'll get back to you on that one. Can I say more about the Dark Brotherhood character? I can't just yet. More in part just because there hasn't been much development in terms of that character yet. I would like to... God, Matt, those puns. God damn. Overwatch RP? I haven't actually had any chance at all to play Overwatch yet, but I think I'd like to. I mean, it looks like a hell of a lot of fun. I haven't read Homestuck Axel. I've got a friend that's absolutely obsessed with it, so I'll have to give it a go sometime. That's for sure. I think I'm getting close to wrapping up here, folks. So chuck in some questions if you want. My system seems to be malfunctioning a bit, KD. Yeah, the system is definitely malfunctioning today. Yeah, this whole setup has been, it's been a learning process. It's going to take a while for me to actually kind of iron out the creases, that's for sure. But I kind of tried to pull this together as quick as I could. And technically, it still needs a lot of work, and yeah, we'll see how we do there. I think I will next time try and take questions still. So if you do have any questions that I haven't been able to answer this time, if you leave them as comments in this one, I will still scroll through them, and I will try and pick out some ones that seem to be like really big kind of standout ones. And we'll answer those, because I didn't get to answer as many in character today as I would have liked, but I guess that's just part of it. So perhaps before we go, does anyone actually have any questions for characters specifically that I might be able to answer for you? We'll see how we do. And I'm really regretting not wearing a bandana today. It's driving me crazy. Just random games. Will I do more of these? Yeah. So every month now at the well, hopefully on the 1st, I will be doing the town hall. So it'll either be on the 1st or around the 1st. So ideally, yeah. My Steam name is Corvalin. But you should be able to find me as Rycon on Steam. So if you search for Rycon Roleplays, you'll be able to find me. So there you go. Have I looked at Stellaris? Yeah, I have. I don't know enough about it yet to be able to play it, but yeah, I'd love to be able to spend some more time playing it at the moment. Let's see. What have we got? Hmm. They're going so fast, I'm just trying to keep up. When is the next Fallout 3 episode coming? Heist Boy, it is coming. It's on its way, but it's still going to be a little while off. Like, because it was the end of the season for that, it's got to be a little bit of a break before the next season kind of kicks off. Just gives me a chance to do some other things like the Doom roleplay, which would usually be kind of taking up the time of making the Fallout 3 one at the same time. Okay, all right. Baboon, Leon, are you going to get married? Okay, all right. Let's head on over to Leon and see what he has to say. That freeze frame where it held for a second then, that was a hilarious thumbnail. Oh, god damn. All right.
Marriage, unfortunately, is one of the last things on my mind. I have others to keep safe, first and foremost. Affairs of the heart, they come after. There are more important and pressing matters. Skydom is in ruin. Tatters, I would see that changed before I resort to that.
Well, there we go. That is what Leon has to say on the matter. So let's head back to the main screen. Here we are. Okay. What do we got? Have I ever done a LARP, a live action role playing? I haven't, but I kind of have in a way. It's strange because I used to run a campaign with a group of friends of mine, and it was set in our world. And so occasionally we would actually go to those spots where it was meant to be happening. So it's kind of like live action role playing in a way, but it was definitely not as to what what you can do with LARPing. Yeah. Okay, what do we got? Would my characters like each other and or you? I don't know. I don't know if they'd get along because they're all quite, headstrong characters. Leon, do you trust Arissa and Inigo? Let's head to Leon.
They have earned my trust through blood, sweat, and a few tears.
Sorry, I hope you're all still here. I have no way of telling because something has gone horrifically wrong with my computer. Oh god, how has this happened? I can still hear some things, but we seem to be experiencing some horrific technical issues at the moment, so I'm going to do all I can to actually sort those out. I hope that you can hear me. There isn't actually any way for me to check that, unfortunately. I don't know if it's my graphics card that's just died, but something has gone very wrong here. Okay, we seem to be getting some. Okay, yes, here I am. I'm back. Okay, so, guys and gals, I have no idea what happened then. But that was a very, very strange error. So I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna play it safe. We're just gonna hang on the screen just for a little bit. So I'm sorry that the chat has disappeared. Yeah, so I don't know how that happened. Don't know how it happened, but we seem to be back. We seem to be okay. So I think while I'm here, I'm gonna play it safe, and we will probably look at wrapping it up. I would have loved to have been able to answer more questions in character. So I apologize. I apologize very much for not being able to answer as many as I would have liked. But I tell you what, I really have enjoyed today, just hanging out, just chatting. It's definitely more conversational than what we've done in the past. Zachary, will I make a Patreon? Yes, I'm going to be making a Patreon. And I'm going to be talking a little bit more about it this month. It's going to be coming along with the birthday. So, yeah. check my Steam, Chip? Okay, alright. Chip desperately wants me to check my Steam before I go, so we are going to go ahead and I'm going to check Steam. We are just going to hang on the Leon page for now, though, just because things seem to be going rather bad at the moment. So yeah, I don't know what that was. Don't know what it could have been. I've got things a little bit stretched out in the room at the moment, so yeah, we'll see. I have no idea what's going on here. Oh, let's see, we have something. Yeah, Rycon is, well, you'll be able to find me as Rycon on Steam. Oh, thank you very much, Sean. So Sean has just gone ahead and gifted us Undertale. So I think it would only be fair for us to play it, right? Surely that's got to be the way it works, right, Sean? I would love to play Undertale. So I think at some point or another you can expect to see an Undertale series from me here on the channel. And I will be playing it blind because I actually haven't watched anything in relation to Undertale, other than like a few little story videos, but really not that much. So yeah. Well, I think we're going to be wrapping it up, guys and gals. I got to get some editing done, otherwise we're not going to have Skyrim and Doom tomorrow. I hope you've enjoyed the stream today. I really have. It's been a hell of a lot of fun, just sitting, talking, hanging out with you. It's not as refined as I would like it yet. I think we'll get there. We'll try and work our way through some of these technical issues. I'll try and get our delay sorted, and yeah, hopefully we won't have any black screens of death. It'd be nice, right? Okay, well, I think it's about time that we wrap this sucker up. You know how it goes. I've been Rycon. You have all been awesome. Congratulations to Katie Bryson, the new Lotum Legionnaire of the month. And until next time, stay tuned.